What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Big Country. Once again, thank you to Tim for sending the regular version of Peace in Our Time, as well as to Wayne for sending all the bonus material and much more beyond that. And we're going to listen to an acoustic version of Broken Heart, 13 Valleys. I've come to really enjoy this tune. I think it's one of my favorite on the album proper, and I'm excited to hear an acoustic rendering. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to this, and as I said, I have re-listened to the regular version of the track many times, and I think Stewart just sounds fantastic vocally, even, again, if his vocal work on the Peace in Our Time album is not identical to his vocal work on earlier albums. So let's give it a listen. This is an acoustic rendering of Broken Heart, 13 Valleys, from Big Country, and it's a bonus track included in a much expanded, or rather an expanded like second folder for the album Peace in Our Time, 1988.
13 valleys he has wandered for her love. For he thinks he is the one that she dreams of. But her bed was made elsewhere from the first day she got there. Like he wanders 13 valleys, why not? Like he wanders 13 valleys, crying out. It could have been a Mickey, I said it could have been a me. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. 13 valleys she has gone since the morning came, but she gave so much that how many love remains. But her lover is long gone with the money she sent home. Now she wanders 13 valleys, why not? Now she wanders 13 valleys, crying out. It could have been a Mickey, I said it could have been a me. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. That broken heart will be forever and a lifetime. That broken heart will try your love like none before. And you may fight or you may run, what was first is now undone. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. 13 valleys lying silent in the haze, filled with the promises and spirits that we raise. But the spirits are not ghosts of the ones we heard the most. And they wander 13 valleys, crying out. They wander 13 valleys, crying out. It could have been a Mickey, I said it could have been a me. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. That broken heart will be forever and a lifetime. That broken heart will try your love like none before. And you may fight or you may run, what was first is now undone. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on. A broken heart needs someone new to blame it on.
It's wonderful. I will say, like, two things. One, this is a case where I do think the full non-acoustic or electric rendering of the song does make it a bit more impactful, but I like this stripped down acoustic rendering in that I found myself focusing on the lyrics and of course Stewart's vocals, but particularly the lyrics. It's, perhaps because there's less going on sonically that distracts my brain or captures my brain, that I found myself sort of following the words. And even though I've now heard the original song many times and I know the lyrics, I felt the lyrics a little more here because I just found myself really keying in on particular phrases. And indeed, I think it's a very well written song because it has lines that speak to something visual, but I think are very understandable in a metaphorical or figurative way. So I think it's the kind of song that operates on multiple levels at the same time. And the emotion of some of the lines, I think, certainly come across with Stewart's vocals, which again maybe are more central here, like the spotlight is on them more because there's less intensity going on in terms of the other sonics. I do feel like it's shorter. I don't remember exactly how long the album version of the tune is. This one's about 4 minutes. I want to say the album version, it's probably like a minute or so longer. Maybe I'm imagining that, but yes, in the moment that was my impression, that it was a bit shorter, which again, if you're stripping down the sonic configuration, maybe it makes sense to, get to the end point more quickly, but regardless, it's a beautiful version, and it gives a bit more of a, outside under the moon type of feel, which I suppose, like in terms of the sentiment or the feeling of the tune, I think is not terribly out of place. So yes, absolutely, I enjoyed that, and it's one that I think stands up to the original version in terms of how compelling it is, even if, again, if I had to choose between them, I'd probably take the album version just because some of the sonics in the normal version of the tune I think are fantastic, and I think they fit with Stewart's vocals at least as well as this acoustic version does. But it was interesting to hear that lead melody, which has a very cycling, almost heartbeat quality to it, in the acoustic guitar form. So yes, absolutely enjoyed it. Again, there's a couple demos in here, and then there's that whole other second folder. So I'll go through everything. I feel like, at this point, there's no need necessarily to skip by anything unless it's, the clear consensus that there are parts that aren't worthwhile going through in this format. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm down to listen to everything. Once again, thank you to Wayne and to Han Solo and to Tim, who shared earlier chapters of this big country journey, as well as to all of you who've been commenting and taking this journey with me, which again, I know I've said this dozens of times already, but Big Country is a band I knew in a very narrow and limited sense back when I was younger, but now getting a larger sense of their catalog, it is all the more significant to me when I think of their songs and when I hear not only Stewart's voice, but the songwriting and so on. So bottom line, I'm enjoying this journey very, very much and looking forward to each and every step along the way. Let me know what you think of this performance. I will see you next time. Peace.